Greetings, I'm Rodger Newbold. I'm the host for Experience Photography's video number 77. Now, Mr. Matt Rich, my friend and tremendous photographer, he's our editor for today, and he'll be taking care of this episode for us. How's the creative winds blowing for you, my friend?
Off the chart today, Rodger!
Good. In our last episode, we talked about the heart of creative photography lies in the journey of discovery. Thus, we decided to embark on the cruise ship of opportunity and to freely make photographs that arouse and satisfy ourselves. Capturing life in a unique and artistic way has become a conduit into many elements of current photography. Now, depicting the essence of our discoveries in a visual form takes on many disguises. Every snap of the shutter gets rendered in countless individual interpretations from oh hum, and this just fell out the bottom of my phone, to absolutely striking, skilled masterpieces. So we take this opportunity to remind you that you are what you show. Each time that lens seeks its target, we have an occasion to divulge a distinctive visual story about life's complexities and encounters. If you immerse yourself into the daily drama and decide to take your photographs up a notch, then you're on the path to an enhanced artistic level. That simple decision, simply to try and to experiment and to show that you can be better, is really a giant leap towards becoming impressive. Now, we are certain that you're also aware that every street corner whispers a story, just waiting for the right lens to decode it. Whether bathed in brilliant sunlight or cloaked in that shroud of nocturnal mystery, the story's waiting for your interpretation. Fortunately, you are the only one that can resolve the code in your own inimitable, matchless manner. By aiming that lens, you have also volunteered to disclose your rendition of that moment in time. That's a chance for you to shout, "There's a secret, and I'm quietly going to unwrap it." As has been discussed here before, expressive photography is more than an accumulation of equipment and a bundle of technical know-how. It's more than freezing found instances, even if they're funny, surprising, or interesting. It can be about exposing such twinklings in the most artistic and seductive manner possible. Seeking to illustrate the story, it is a clandestine affair wrapped in soft beauty, or a brash, surprising event. Your approach should be different in most circumstances. You must have mindful awareness, empathy, and sensitivity towards the subject matter. It's easy to take a picture, but it's really quite difficult to build a masterpiece. Looking and seeing are looking and then seeing photographically are totally unalike. Like Myself, like many other photographers, shoot mostly now for fun and not on an assignment. This means I encounter a vast variation of subject matter. However, this does not preclude me from shooting images together in a storyline if the subject remains available. In, the fleeting, hectic haze, sometimes you're lucky to get one shot and you're done. Sometimes conditions allow for a deeper dive into the subject matter at hand. And if you can build a visual narrative and an emotional storyline, so much the better. As you couple similar subject matters together, that enhanced narrative explains some more about the subject. But surely it also informs the viewer about your feelings and your point of view as well. Now, you'll notice you're following, you're confident, your declarations are always growing stronger. We concede that given a choice, most drivers will bolt through a yellowish, sort of reddish light rather than stop. Personally, I drive watching ahead so that I can stop. I like to stop. I want to see what I've missed during the driving excursion. I get the briefest respite to notice what's transpiring roundabout. Astonishingly, a squad of desperados on their electric one-wheelers blazed through the intersection right in front of me. Well, of course I had a camera. I picked it up off my chest. Bingo! I got my shot right through the windshield while I was stopped for the light. But I got it. I generally drive a different route each outing, if time allows. I like to be on the slower paced streets. I like the often stop and go events that afford me a chance for a single shot. If not, I go around the block and I grab the shot out the side window if necessary. Bam, there's a great one. Not to be in a hurry. I love to be taken by surprise. This was a Santa making a very late season delivery. It's good to be on the alert and keep your windows really clean, because sometimes you gotta shoot through them. Santa, what a gas, great shot. Once you arrive at a destination, be mindful as you stroll through the parking lot. First, I'm pretty certain you don't want to wind up in a wheelchair. Second, you may find a good picture of a wheelchair. This one expressed a lot of optimism to me. This guy looked like he could still win, and he's still the best. Within that sequence of events, you have proved you are more than just one pretty picture away from extinction. The groupings, they substantiate that you can see and think outside the box, that you are seeing and that you are relating in a creative endeavor. Your manner of shooting and processing of images begins to become recognizable to you and memorable to those who follow your works. After a period, you will have fostered a detectable style to your observations and productions. This will draw viewers to desire to know more about you and what makes your photos distinctive. Remember to keep your message, your theme, your plan in mind as you work. Make yourself more memorable. Now, capturing candid moments in the streets and around about town can be rewarding, and it can be a challenging pursuit. Often, it takes more patience than is normally passed out to city folks. So attaining said patience from a long background and waiting for the light in the landscape, it could prove to be a grateful attribute. Don't get frustrated. It doesn't do your heart any good, and you'll not speed up whatever's transpiring in front of you. Use your time to analyze the scene and understand the character of what's in front of you. By immersing yourself, you can predetermine what boxes need ticking in post-production to enrich the mood and the visually strengthen the picture. Now, we can point out to you some very good advice on becoming an artist of life. David Ulrich's book, The Zen Camera, proposes 7 points, and I think they can really be helpful. Here's a picture of the book cover in case you go looking for it. 1, take photographs of everything that strikes your fancy. 2, and this is my absolute favorite, TMP. Yeah, that's my favorite. Take more pictures. Practice. The more you often practice and seeing, and it develops your craft of knowing what to do in any given instance. Now, the camera may have automation, but photographers must respond with ingrained sensitivity. One would seem arrogant to think that every situation fit snugly into a simple switch of the mode switch. 3, be present. Don't overthink it. Listen to your intuition and experience beyond the confusing noise of life. 4th, observe, pay attention, find empathy, and identify with your subject matter. That's really important. 5, know your camera and lens like you know your own body, like the back of your hand. It's got to be an extension of your hand, your eye, and your brain. So don't shrink from complete comprehension of the medium. Be fluent in the operation of the instrument, like every professional. Number 6, work to establish a cohesive portfolio of your projects. Put together a little small group of prints that match in the theme and build a portfolio to show who you really are. 7, look and live. Learn from others. Learn from others of great inspiration, whoever or whatever it may be for you. Understand their pictures, and more importantly, understand how they pursue life. Now, inspiration is not only important, but necessary in order to function in the language of art. We must learn to live in that comfortably. The artist's language is a sensual one. It's based on emotion and felt experiences. Too many cannot share this intimate feeling with others because they have not learned how to, or indeed are empty themselves. You must fill your cup because you can't pour from an empty one. You are obligated to fill your cup often so that you can have yours overflow into the lives of others. Reviewing the works of others is not for the purpose of copying. When you copy, you are filled with somebody else's pride, and there's no room left for you to gain wisdom. Refueling is not a luxury. Come on. It's essential to the creative mind. Who knows what meager spark might ignite? So be a rock for yourself and for others. Have a rock. Why should we expand our creative powers? Because there's nothing else that makes people so generous, joyful, lively, bold, and compassionate, and so indifferent to the accumulation of the ills of life, and then acting in a creative manner. Without creativity, our dreams remain in terra incognita. Learn to go gently, to go slowly, and not put a rip in your time-space continuum, but do go for it. Let's have it. Let's have it. That's what my British friends might have said. Give yourself permission to go out and photograph things that others would not. You need to experiment and try things way over the top. You cannot say, I cannot change. Do you know how old I'll be if I try to do all of that and learn all of that? Well, sure I do. You'll be the same age, but you'll be less motivated, less creative. You must feel safe where you're stagnating in some verse that's the same as the first. Come on. It's more life than just a bowl of Wheaties and sour milk. What did you see when you awoke? See some pillows? Rise and shine. Get that camera. Get photographing. Get going. No, it's not the dreaded one-eyed space monster here. It was a space heater. It was blasting off. It's just slightly out of focus. It's the red dot. Don't tell me you haven't seen something blurry in the morning, especially without your glasses on. You know, people are blocked in their lives. They have fear that they'll just appear as abnormal. Come on, this is supposed to be fun. Much of our fear is only between our two ears. Life is way too short to be constantly constipated. If you don't think you have good enough ideas of what to photograph, well, then you don't. If you believe you can fly, then you can. So don't be a sappy, be a happy Dumbo. Now, our time has elapsed for today, and I thank you for hanging in there with us, especially in this hectic life. As it unfolds every single day, we're all crowded. But please subscribe. Ring that bell. Give us a giant thumbs up if you like this adventure. I would appreciate it if you'd please add your comments and let us know your thoughts. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, we've tried to offer some suggestions that will help you extend your creative choice wisely. We hope you find success in all of your accomplishments. In parting, remember, the photographer is only a witness. Now, Matt and I really salute you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for helping to build value into our channel. And so until we meet here again, I bid you cheerio and give you a tip of my hat. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.